Welcome, everybody, to the new year. I hope everyone had a great Christmas and a annual celebration of the New Year's traditions. And welcome back to Chapter Master. I would, and I will kind of apologize for the lack of content. Partly the laziness, partly testing out the new upload schedule I have, and partly because it's pretty hectic for me, because I have Christmas, brother's birthday, my birthday, all within the same 10 days. So it's kind of running around a lot. So we're back, and I got a box of Space Wolves and a Stormfang gunship for Christmas. So I thought we'd start off with Space Wolves. I don't know. Honestly, my original idea for this video was to go and see how long it would take until the game crashes. So either this will be a 20-minute video or a 2-hour video. And for the sake of consistency, I'm not going to be a mong and deliberately do stuff that would cause game crashes. I'm not that type of person. What if we take Battle Barge, 2 other escorts, and send them back that way to go deal with the orcs, and the rest of the wolves can go deal with these Tyranids. Right, so I am playing as the Vylka Fenrica, the Warriors of Fenris, the Warriors of the Rout. I must admit, I really much love the Space Wolves in the Heresy. I think especially Wolfsbane is one of my favourite of the Heresy novels, and it does a really great job at giving a bit of character to the Space Wolves beyond wolf, 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 and wolf. But what's interesting is, I don't actually find the wolves themselves that creatively appealing. Hard to frame it, but I've got made characters and stories in all sorts of legions, chapters, Imperial Guard units, but when it comes to Space Wolves, aside from the story I have done, which it really requires editing, I'm just being lazy because it's kind of a prolonged annoyance, about the Space Wolf and the Alpha Legion warrior I have during the Heresy, I don't immediately come across and think, yes, that would be an awesome character for a Space Wolf, or that would be an awesome, model to paint for a Space Wolf. It just doesn't hugely appeal to me. In that spirit, actually, it was interesting, because as I said, Christmas, brother came around and said, what do you want? I'm going, at the 40k shore, and I was like, well, more Daughters of Cain for my Daughters of Cain army. He's like, they don't have any. And I was like, okay, what about a squad of Space Wolves? And he's like, no, don't have any of those either. I'm like, well, just surprise me and see what you come up with. And so he shows up with a Stormfang gunship. And I'm like, one, that's the most silly design for a gunship ever. It's like an assault ram, except wrong. And two, it's like, well, now I need to get a squad or something to go with them. Otherwise, the gunship by itself, while a fun painting idea, is just kind of bland. So I got myself a box of regular non-Primaris Space Wolves. Oof, perils of the warp. Non-Primaris Space Wolves to mess with. Friggin' paint them as 5 Blood Claws and 5 Grey Hunters to go with the gunship. So that should be a bit of fun. But yes, so yeah, got myself a squad of Space Wolves. Ice. Everyone's dead. Alright, well, dead world. Yeah, there are no Tyranids left. We've basically cleansed it of all life. So I suppose Imperial people should show up. Eh. Adeptus Sororitas, that's not too bad. And yeah, as I said, I hope everyone's had a great Christmas period. Start of the new year, so going to be more interesting things going on. Mark 7 plate for Honor Guard. I thought the Wolf Guard all had bloody Terminator armor. I didn't think they had just cheap Mark 7. Alright, carrying on. But yes, as I said, I've actually been messing around, as I said, behind the scenes, because I asked people in the channel, what sort of stuff to leave in the comments, and some of you merrily actually let me know. However, I've discovered, as I said, through the analytics, that the more I upload, the more saturation, the more people unsub, Which I was talking to a mate of mine, and he's like, yeah, if there's something coming up from the same person in their feed every, day, it just tires me out. So that's why I've pushed back to once or twice a week, and I cut out the gameplay videos. However, I am thinking of resurrecting them in a format, edited, shortened down, and just the bright spots. And that'll only be once or twice a week, so again, 2 to 3 things a week, and it won't saturate everything. Which, as I said, it's going to be more interesting because in February, university starts up, and I go down for my university coursework. So I'm going to be A, without my gaming PC, and B, I'm going to be a lot busier, so it will probably just end up being the essential stuff, so the stories, 40k discussions, and things like that. Which does remind me, I have 2 stories actually narrated, and a 3rd one written. I've really not so much had the time, but it's a pain in the butt to edit and narrate everything, and I've been incredibly lazy this summer, so I need to get off my ass and do that. I've got the story of the Space Wolf and the Alpha Legionary, and I kind of like it. It's interesting. A lot of that story, well, actually most of that story is ad-libbed. I had a script, but when I started reading it off, I didn't quite like it, so I just sort of made up a bit of it on the fly. However, I still think it holds up quite well. Anyway, so I've got that coming out. I've got the next in the My Sons of Horus Warband saga, and I've got a story about an Imperial Navy Admiral, which is maybe 3rd written? About a 3rd written. And I've also been trying to figure out what to do for the next What the Emperor Should Have Done series, because it's interesting. I'm not too sure where to go, because I've done the main ones, talking about Mortarion, meeting Mortarion and Angron, Horus as the War Master, Nikea, things like that. However, I need to actually go through some of the Emperor's list of fuck-ups and actually figure out what ones I would fix and how. So that will happen at some point. If you actually have a suggestion for what one of the Emperor's fuck-ups you'd like me to take a look at, then I would actually be very appreciative of you letting me know, because that would be quite good. Give me some direction. What else interesting has been going on? No, been painting some more of my Emperor's Children for my tabletop adventures. I must admit, I have a completely and utterly stupid idea that makes me laugh. So it's one of those stupid ideas of, this is it's stupid but it makes me laugh, ideas for a tabletop series that I might do an example of it and then just throw it out in private on the Discord and see what people think, and then if it's actually any good, I'll put it to a bit more effort into it and actually make it a more public thing. But we'll have to wait and see. Again, as I said, it requires a free day, and I need to actually invest more time into having some free days again. As I said, holiday season is always busy for my household this time of year. That and me volunteering twice a week at the local community group kind of eats up 2 days out of the week. But I enjoyed doing it, so it's kind of one of those things of, I'm not really, even though I would have more time in my days if I stopped doing it, I'm not going to stop doing it kind of thing. Oh! We got the Imperial Navy Defense Fleet. Why don't we, the Wolves, make a stand? What sort of thing do? Stargazer, Ice Retribution. Also, the Predator of Tyranid comes up a lot in, as well as I saw Alpha Abuser in here. Yeah, there. He deserves a bolt pistol. He's not manly enough for a bolter. Anyway, as I said, yeah, Predator of Tyranid, I've seen that show up quite a lot. Anyway, Predator of Tyranid's the other battle barge, is it not? Predator of Tyranid, Scout Heavens, and Harvester of Hydra. That's an Alpha Legion ship, honestly. Predator of Tyranid sounds like a Scythes of the Emperor ship. Scout Heavens? Scout Heavens. Almost sounds White Scars. Pride of Might? I'd go Iron Warriors. Baleful Artificial? I'd also go Iron Warriors. Hellbird Serpent? Again, Alpha Legion ship. The Stargazer? That could be Thousand Suns. That's Ice Retribution. That's a Wolf ship. Swift Light? White Scars or Blood Angels? Ocelot Blood. Ocelot? Ocelot Blood. That's weird. I don't know what would go. Thunder Reclinator. I almost think Imperial Fists. Underworld Evil. Again, that sounds very word bearers. Ghost of Caliban, obviously that's Dark Angels. Wasp Serpent. Yeah, I'd go Alpha Legion again. Mentor Fable, or the Mentors chapter, obviously. Flame Royal and Flames of Dire. Yeah, I'd go Salamanders. Terminator Heart. Leaning Imperial Fists or Iron Hands on that one. Gleaming Tortured, Night Lords. Mortality Venom, Night Lords. That's what I'd do. Right, anyway, we want... Oh yeah, we've got a couple of squads for each one. Stargazer. Just set one squad from each company as borders. Swift Light. It doesn't matter if they're part of the flotilla or not. We'll just send one company from each as borders. Long Fangs. Heavy weapon specialists. Right, and Wolf Scouts. Again, a bit off. I wouldn't have armed them with... oh no, because the Wolf Scouts... Yeah, because the Space Wolves are different. The Wolf Scouts are technically the veterans who have more patience than anyone else. Because their recruits go immediately into Blood Claws. So really, I was about to criticize them for having sniper rifles. However, when you consider the ranks of the Space Wolves, they're not actually... Yeah, no, I guess that's alright then. The Vylka Fenrica. Right. Anyone around? Not really. Alright, let's stand with the... 5 battleships. Yeah, this is a pretty good fight. Nah, just let them run their thing. We outnumber them. Oh, I didn't set boarding. I forgot to set boarding in the menus. Bollocks. I forgot to set boarding in the menus. Damn it, they don't have automatic boarding on, which means they won't actually board. We still won, but we lost... Yeah, we lost escorts. Damn it, we wouldn't have lost escorts if I'd actually bothered to have automatic boarding for my ships. Bollocks. Also, really, you've got the boarding icon on now. Oh dear. That's going to prove to be annoying, isn't it? Where are the wolves? Here they are. Right. Even though the wolf fleet is battered, we're going to go kick their butt. Wardian. Well, we've got to go help the Mechanicum. Reminds me, there's actually a Face Wolf novel where they do actually help fight on the Mechanicum world. Thousand Suns were attempting to steal relics off it, and the Space Wolves show up. But the bloody Mechanicum are all pissy about the heretical armor, because the Space Wolves want to investigate the armor, of the dead Rubricae and try and figure out, where exactly their base could be. But the Mechanicum insists that the heretical armor must be all destroyed, but they managed to steal one fragment of the armor, which was they they were able to piece together where the Thousand Sons were from that. But it was just interesting because as I said, the Mechanicum was so persistent on not even being allowed to touch the heretical, in their mind, technology of Traitor Astartes' armor, that they just wanted to destroy all of it. Which is interesting, because there'd be other factions of Mechanicum that would be obsessed with going over the heretical Astartes armor. Sounds like a courier. I do hope it is a courier. I'm expecting a package. I ordered the guns for the guns and the siege claw for a Leviathan pattern dreadnought that I'm doing as a little project. Speaking of ridiculous little projects, I was looking at, new year, new army, what would I like to do? And I was like, I don't want to do Space Wolves. I did buy a squad of them, but I don't want to do an army of Space Wolves. And I was like, what's something interesting and different I've never done before? And my mind went to Chaos Knights, and I was like, wow, that is an expensive and toxic combination. Especially since I had a hideous color scheme for them based on the Perfect Angels. Veterans of the channel will hear that color, will hear the name Perfect Angels, remember the color scheme, and scream internally. It would have been fun. I am very grateful for the Wolves able to take some of these guys down. Good. Nice. See, I think it's good for us to aid the Mechanicum in this way. The Rout, or the Vylka Fenrica. I do like the Space Wolves came about because of a misunderstanding in the name. Their name was the Rout, or the Vylka, and Russ gave a speech where he compared their legion's skill to wolves that stalk the stars. And wolves that stalk the stars became Star Wolves, and then that modified into Space Wolves, which was what everyone called them. Similar to the fact that the White Scars, the Ordu Jagatai, they took the High Lords of Terror and, all the Terran War Courts and stuff, took the armor color of the White Scars plus their ritual of, scarring their face, and that's what they became, the White Scars. It's just funny how many of the names ended up kind of like that. Again, it's quite interesting, some of the names beforehand. Like, I do like one of my most favourite in terms of complete 180s of personality from what they originally were, was the Blood Angels, which unofficially was named the Revenant Legion before Sanguinius showed up. And they were, take the personality of the Night Lords, combine it with the psychopathic fury of the World Eaters, post-Nails, and modify that with the ability and willingness to fight in vile, toxic war zones, like the Death Guard, and that is literally what the Blood Angels used to be, the Revenant Legion. And it took Sanguinius having to completely overhaul and modify their personality for the Blood Angels to actually, be what they are, as opposed to the psychopaths they used to be. Right. Moderate, moderate, sparse, sparse. Alright, we'll land on the Agri World and make a bit of a difference. But yeah, the Ultramarines were the Warborn. Some of them, they're not known. The Emperor's Children, I don't actually know what they used to be called. I think the Raven Guard were the Ashen Legion. The Word Bearers were the Heralds of not Heralds of Truth. Heralds of the Emperor? Imperial Heralds. They were the Imperial Heralds. Heretics. But they were the Imperial Heralds. Boop. Ultramarines were the Warborn. Of course, Death Guard were the Dusk Raiders. The World Eaters became the War Hounds. I was about to call it the other way around. the Sons of Horus with the Lunar Wolves. I want to get a model of Garvio Loken and paint him as his Lunar Wolf colour scheme he wore during the siege. 2 battleships? Yes. We can fight 2 battleships. Alright. Oh, I can't. No. Ah! I want to select. Damn it. The game is foiling me. I wanted to select the escort and move it out the way, but I can't. Bollocks. I'm actually fortunate that the bloody the game clicking even works. I don't think we have the ship capacity to blow them. Yeah, they suffered 1 loss, but that's not actually huge, is it? Right, attack. But yeah, as I said, my favourite part of 40k history is still the heresy. As I said, I'd love there to be more stuff on the Crusade and the Unification Wars. And it would be good when the Siege of Terror is done, because we'll get the Scouring series. And I'd like to know some of the things about that. I mean, a lot of it might be a little bit like how Unremembered Empire was kind of a boring book because it was all politics and discussing things. I kind of worry that a lot of the, you know, arguments and stuff between the different legions and... Whoa! Now that was a load of bollocks. Really? Really? I mean, it's Logan Grimnar, and he's got all of his Wolfguard with him. Either he's going to meet up with Russ in the Eye of Terror, and they're going to go kick ass and come... Or he's just going to reappear again in a couple of 100 years. But that's some bollocks. I was trying to play this until the game crashed. But the game was like, nah, we ain't going to crash. We're just going to have you be lost in the warp. Man, how anticlimactic. Well, anyway, Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. And I will hopefully be a bit less lazy and bring you some more content moving forward. I don't know. What do you expect? Something funny? A joke? You think I'm some sort of funny guy? Yeah, I thought so.